You see, without conflict, people cannot really fall in love or really notice how much they really love you. Because conflict reveals to you a person's emotions about you. Conflict reveals to you a person's character. Conflict reveals to you a person's the way they see the world and the way they see you. And one of the things that happens when we like people is that we avoid conflict. Either we avoid conflict because we value them so much and we don't want to lose them, or we avoid conflict because of out of a habit, right? A lot of us are afraid to confront people. And if you don't learn to confront, you're gonna lose that taste for battle. You're gonna lose that feeling of finding pleasure in confrontation, not as a compulsion, but as an understanding that this is necessary for this relationship to work in the future. Right. So what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to handle conflict with calmness, not raising your voice, not getting too angry. Right. Why? Because when there's chaos, when there's conflict and you're able to remain calm, a lot of things happen that will benefit you. One, you come across as more intimidating. Two, you come across as though you're willing to walk away, but that you're also willing to work it out, right? Having a calm demeanor. But if you're going into conflict with a lot of anger, with a lot of emotions, not having complete control of your faculties, the conflict is not really going to have the effect I want it to have. I want conflict to be calm and insidious. I mean, where you and that person have that conversation, where you and that person, you're looking at each other and you're giving them that serious look, like I'm not fucking around right now, right? Because this is what tends to happen when you give them that impression, because it's very important, right? When you have conflict with someone, before they fall in love with you, if they're falling in love with you and there's conflict, the conflict will reveal to them how much they value you. The conflict will reveal to them how much you don't want to lose them. And a lot of people don't realize that, because the whole relationship, we try to make people feel that you're never angry, or we try to make people feel that you're always going to be there. But whenever your guys are having a conflict, an important conversation, I don't like the way you talk to me sometimes, or I don't like this, I don't like that, like having serious conversations to see if you guys are aligned, those conversations will make the other person understand that something's going on, that you're willing to walk away, that you're not happy, but that you're willing to work it out, right? That thing will reveal to them that you have a willingness to walk away. And conflict brings the risk of losing people. And what I want you to understand is that this is a natural part of life. A lot of you guys are avoiding uncomfortable conversations, and that actually sabotages you. That makes you look weak, because people know they're fucking with you, right? People can only sense the love that they have for you when they can sense that they're losing you, and conflict will give them that sense. Tough conversations. I don't like the way you communicate, or you're not romantic with me. Those types of things forces people to rethink whether or not I want to have this relationship with you, right? So conflict allows you to see the other person's strong side. When somebody, or they allow them to see your strong side. Sometimes people can sense when you're avoiding conflict, and people will sort of assume that it comes from a place of weakness when you avoid conflict. And how do you know that they know you're avoiding conflict? Well, this is the thing. People know when they're being disrespectful. People know when they know that you have to have a conversation with them and you're not having it. People know that. You get what I'm saying? They know when they're like, okay, like I know I disrespected them, but they're not saying shit. Fuck. All right, I'll take it. Shit. Like I can see what I can get away with now, right? But with conflict and saying, hey, look, can we have a little talk? Have a little seat right here. And you're like, where the fuck is Chris Hansen at? You're like, no. Have a seat right here. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, have a seat. And I give him that serious look, And I'm like, oh, what's going on? We need to have a conversation. That talk, that like attitude, that like, we need to have a conversation, brings fear in the person's heart. Even I felt some fear, people. And that fear comes with respect. That fear comes with the fear of losing them. And what happens is that once you're done having that conversation and you leave, I'm going to be thinking of that. I'm going to be saying, damn, did I fuck up? Like, is she really leaving me? Right? And there's and the guy's thoughts. I mean, in the other person's thought, as long as the other person remains serious, you know how kids, when you're trying to punish them, kids try to distract you by making you smile, right? As long as you remain serious and you don't let them distract you, they're gonna sense that something's up, that something's different. Something's different about this, especially if after the conversation you pull away for a few days. And again, these are things that will happen. Okay, I'm not telling you to create conflict for the sake of it. Don't be a bunch of terminators. These things will happen because life comes with conflict. And these moments of conflict are your opportunity to shine, your moment to show people that you have power, that you are somebody who respects themselves. So they're able to see your strong side. They're able to sense that you're willing to walk away, but also they see another face in you. They see another side to your personality. And especially if you've been avoiding conflict, this other side, this other serious side, is a side that people will not want to see. In other words, last time I did that shit, she got pissed off. I don't want to piss her off no more. She told me she was gonna leave, and I don't want to lose her again. That other side, that seriousness, people remember that. And people find it attractive, but also people try to avoid it. It's the harshness and the warmth. The warmth meaning when I'm with you and you're doing good, I like you. But when you're being disrespectful, keep fucking with me and I'm leaving. That is the vibe. And they're always gonna know that dark side is always behind the facade of happiness, as long as and it'll always stay there as long as you don't fuck up. So you could see how this encourages people to behave better with you. This forces people to not walk on eggshells, but just be more respectful and be more mindful about respecting you. But when you avoid it, you're showing people that you're weak. You're showing people that you don't deserve respect. You're showing people that you're not willing to walk away. So when they're away from you, their brain is not going to reminisce about you. Is not going to fear that loss. That conflict will have the opposite effect. The lack of conflict will push the person away. The lack of conflict will make them more aggressive towards you because they know you're not speaking up. They know you're not saying something. They know you're letting yourself get hit and you're not fighting back. And people will notice that from the beginning. From the first thing that they do wrong, they'll notice that your reaction was to say nothing. And what they'll say is that they'll try again and see whether or not their assumptions are true. Like, you not letting conflict marinate your relationships. When I say conflict, I mean natural conflict, not psycho Bronx type of energy. No, I mean that, hey man, like, lady, you've been canceling our dates a little bit too many times, man. Like, I have a busy schedule. If you're gonna make a date, let's follow through. Or, hey man, I noticed that you've been, every time you're around me, you just don't seem like you're that interested in being around me. Can we talk about that? Those things. Now, usually don't talk about that in the first month, right? Once you develop trust with the person, right? Once you know that you guys are consistently seeing each other, you guys can bring up these types of things. But, what I notice in life is that not talking about this never helps. It never helps. It always makes you look weak. But whenever you're willing to do this, it shows people that you're strong, honestly. It honestly shows people that you have mental strength. It shows people that you value yourself, having these conversations. And above all, it breaks rapport. In other words, it breaks the pattern you have created. It scrambles your pattern. It makes you more unpredictable, especially if you hesitated doing this, if you hesitated having those types of confrontations. That hesitation, people will sense it. People know that you're hesitant. But if you actually break through your hesitations, they're not going to be able to read you because they felt that they understood you, but now you're confronting them. Now they don't know what to think about you. It breaks all of those negative expectations. Now, if you're in the Bronx, you must be asking me, how much conflict is necessary? Should I complain to them all the time? Well, there's a medium route. Too much conflict will bitter the relationship, and too little conflict will also destroy the relationship. There has to be a middle ground, right? If you're consistently fighting with the person, this is not the type of conflict that I'm talking about. If you're rarely fighting with the person, also that's not what I'm talking about. There's a medium route that we all have to sense for. I can't really tell you what that is, but all I know is if you guys all are always fighting to the point that you're stressed, that you're holding in resentment, that you get what I'm saying. That's not the type of conflict that makes somebody fall in love. It's the type of conflict that you guys don't fight that much, but that every few months you guys have a conversation. That's normal. That's healthy. Now, if you guys never fight, motherfucker, put the halo down. Okay, clearly you guys are not being honest with each other, right? There's always gonna be problems. If you guys go on a trip together, you're gonna have a problem sometimes. If you guys live together, you guys are gonna have a problem. If you guys go out on a date consistently, there's gonna come problems because you guys are not perfect. And our job is to bring it up. These things will test how much you guys really like each other. This thing will test. Once you're able to go through a few conflicts together and stay together, you develop what in war people call morale. In other words, when soldiers fight in battle and win battles, it creates a group cohesion. It brings up together. You create a group myth. And you through being battle tested, you guys grow closer together. The more a platoon of people fight together, the closer they become. The more conflicts you guys are able to resolve in a healthy manner, the more the person's gonna like you. Because it's rare to find people who we have problems with and you guys are able to make up. For example, my landlord is always kicking me out of the apartment because I smoke weed, and it's my fault, to be honest with you. But every time she gets mad, she's like, that's it, Alexis, get the fuck out, you're leaving. I'm like, no, come on, man, you can't do this. You can't just kick me out on the first day. She's like, okay, let's find something, okay? And then we talk. We have a conversation. It's funny. It's the funniest thing, to be honest with you. But I do notice that the fights that we've had, for some odd reason, makes me feel like more like family, right? The being able to fight and still be cool with each other creates a type of connection that you don't find too many places, right? It's like that best friend that you're able to fight and get back together. Like I had a lot of good friends in school where we were like legit, like fight, like legit, like WWF. Like one time I told my friend, yo, fuck you, that's why you got adopted. He really got adopted. That's the last time I told him that, because he just clocked me in the face. We started crumbling, fighting each other. And then like 10 minutes later, his mom called and she was like, Jojo, what the fuck are you doing fighting that boy? Get up and come upstairs. And he was like, oh, okay. And he went up. The next day, I apologized. He apologized. And we were at the same place talking. Like nothing happened. And the sensation that I felt was that, okay, we both know each other. Like, we cool. Like, we could fight, but we still got each other's back. Now, obviously, we're not going to be going to fucking Jerry Springer mode here, right? And fighting and suplexing your partners, like fucking rock bottoming them, pile driver, fucking, I forgot what this is called. No, but what you're going to be doing is that you guys are going to show each other that you guys are able to be mad at each other and still like each other, because there is something about being mad at someone and then making up. The body releases oxytocin. It releases feel-good chemicals. It's not just after sex that you release oxytocin. It's also when you're reconciliating, when you're hugging each other, when you're apologizing, when you say, okay, well, let's not do this anymore. These things bring people closer together. And I can promise you, couples who've been together for a long time are really good at this. They're really good at communicating this type of stuff. But if you're not good at communicating, if you're not good at taking responsibility for your mistakes, if you're not good at apologizing and you're only good at receiving apologies, then motherfucker, go be single, okay? Do everyone a favor and get the fuck out of the dating market, because you're a problem. If you can't apologize, you are a problem. Anyways. This has happened to me many times, where I fight with someone that I like, friends. I had a friend, Will. We didn't talk for like a year or so, 2. Yeah, we didn't talk for 2 years. He got mad at me for something that I did, to be honest. I piss people off. And we didn't talk for 2 years. And we would be with each other, literally be with each other. And our friend Stevie will be here. And we'll be talking to Stevie through him. One time Stevie was like, dude, I can't do this no more. You guys got to talk together. You guys can't have me talking to me all the time. And so these types of things Being able to go from I want to choke you to hey man, what's going on, man? Let's hang out. Those things bring people together, man. Don't be afraid of conflict. Conflict reveals the nature of the relationship. In conflict, after you can reconciliate, you always love the person more. You always do. Just think about it. Think about any friend you've had that you fought, that you genuinely had like anger, like I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. But then you guys like each other so much that you guys make up. Or that you guys have such good character that you guys are able to talk it out and make up. Hug and say, all right, man, miss you too, man. Let's hang out. Always remember, the only time an army shows their strength, shows people what they're capable of, is only during times of conflict. When people know how strong you are, how high your self-esteem is only when there's moments of conflict. When people can sense how valuable you are and how irreplaceable you are, it's only during times of crisis. When people want to connect with you more, it's only during times of crisis. Crisis reveals everyone's intentions. Crisis reveals everyone's feelings. And if you're having a tough time finding out how the person feels, have some conflict. It'll be the ultimate truth teller right before alcohol. Those things create a stronger bond with people. Embrace it. It's a good thing. Stop avoiding conflict, all right? If you guys want to learn about this, you guys can purchase my course. It's actually Nice Girl and Nice Guy. It's a course about assertiveness training. You guys can, I made it like a few years ago. Click in the description down below to purchase it. It'll teach you these types of strategies. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to myforattraction.org and I'll see you guys later. All right, if you guys enjoy these videos about stoicism, dating, relationships, self-help, moving up in life, I would recommend you guys check out some of my courses that I have for sale. These courses are courses for men and women. For example, Nice Girl, Nice Guy is a course about how to become more assertive. Natural Chemistry is a course for women that I have on how to develop strong relationships. Dark Game is a controversial course that I have for guys on how to attract women in their life and keep it. It's not as dark as it seems, but we do talk about some dark psychology in here. Psychological Game of Attraction is a course that we made for women who are single. And as you see, we have a course about how to develop charisma, emotional mastery, which is a course about how to develop a meditation practice and how to improve your emotional life, to become more resilient, to not let rejection hit you so hard, to be able to bounce back from failure. I have a course called Nice Guy, which is a course for guys who are single and guys who want to be able to develop more assertiveness training, right? Most of these courses come at $99. And there you can also purchase the bundle where you guys can purchase all of the courses in one go at a discounted rate, right? We have a bundle for women and a bundle for men. So click in the description down below to check them out. You can browse around and see the courses that you like. And if you don't like them, you guys can ask for a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I'll give you guys the money back, okay? And in fact, we actually have a new one for women right now we're developing. It's called The Feminine Woman. So if you're a woman watching, this course is specifically to help women become more feminine, to embrace their feminine while embracing their masculine energy. And I'm actually going to make a course for that, like that for men, which is called the Masculine Man, which is a course on how to develop masculinity and develop masculine energy, to attract women in your life, to attract business success in your life, to be able to be better socializing, to read people better. It's truly an all-around course. So if you guys want to check out those courses, click on the description down below where it says purchase the courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.